You know, some titles in a video game collection just never get played. Either they were purchased alongside other games that won priority, or the collect them all mentality took over and they were just lost in the shuffle. Well, for review 100 of TurboViews, I thought we'd take a look at a TurboGrafx-16 title I've had for a long time, but never once played. This is Double Dungeons, the turbo chip dungeon crawler released in 1990. I guess hitting double zeros equals Double Dungeons. I've heard some real negative reviews about this one, so let's see for ourselves. Alright, here we go. I see a 1-player and 2-player option right off the bat. Let's open the manual and get the gist of what's going on. Apparently the dungeon is the setting of our adventure. You think? It appears the object here is to negotiate through the different scenarios and accumulate gold, jewels, and power-up items along the way. Beware of monsters, spells, and evil bosses, and, apparently, skeletons. Okay. You begin by selecting a dungeon out of 22 levels. They move up in difficulty, and they list an approximate game time for each. 960 minutes on level 6? I guess I better clear my active social calendar for this one, huh? Who am I kidding? Let's just go. Well, it looks like a dungeon, all right. We can move forward a step, backward a step, and look left and right using the directional key. It reminds me of the 3D corridor parts to Fester's Quest on the NES, but much smoother. If you hold the direction down, you can literally fly through corridors. Okay, look, our first enemy, Slime. The manual says that simply button 1 attacks. Okay, boom! He's out of here. Alright, let's move on. And, what the?
Hey man, thank God you're here.
Oh jeez, it talks. This can't be good.
Whoa, what the? Hey, I'm not evil.
Oh, I see. Happy. Sorry.
I'm so thrilled you found me. I've been stuck in this awful game for f***ing years. I finally have somebody to complain about it with. And by awful, I mean horribly awful. I hate it so much, I actually enjoy talking about it.
Okay.
Do you see how dull these graphics are? That slime you fought. They took zero care in the animation. In fact, there isn't any animation.
Well, I suppose you're...
The enemies just sit there still. There's nothing. They're dead on screen.
Okay. Relax. I'm sure it'll get better later on.
Trust me, it won't.
Okay, see ya.
Hey, wait a minute! Don't go!
As we continue on, it looks like we have spiders, killer bees, hawks, a leech, and a snake. Wow, he's a tough one. By pressing a direction away from an enemy, you can retreat from a fight very quickly. So my guess is that leveling up is the key to this game. Double Dungeons appears to be based on the good old damage system, as my hit points went down pretty quick. You also have other offensive and defensive stats we can increase as we beef up our experience by grinding away, and grinding away, and grinding away. Defeating enemies also earns you gold and food. Hey, if you're addicted to grinding, I can see this being fun. I mean, it kind of was, I guess. Hey, a door. So this is a shop to buy weapons. Since I leveled up a lot, I gained enough gold to get the long sword and this wooden armor. That should help. Yep, that did it. These snakes and hawks, pieces of cake. There's a treasure chest with a key to the boss room, another goal in the game apparently. And I also found a chest with refresh potion and apples.
Hey, man!
Duh. Oh, hey, Happy.
Oh my god, do you hear that? Listen to that music over and over again. I can't take it. It never changes.
Look, I have to agree with you there. I mean, I didn't mind it at first. It's not a horrible track, and the title screen music is okay, aside from the fact that it just ends. But there doesn't seem to be much variety overall. I mean, does it change up in later levels?
Nope, it f***ing doesn't. And the sound effects, too, are just so lame. Listen to that. Is that supposed to excite me? To make me rush into battle? To be the incredible hero?
All right, Happy. It's just a game. You should really see a counselor or something, man. I mean, hey, I gotta go and try to find the boss,
The bosses? Ha! You mean the still images that don't move or do anything? That are super lame? Oh yeah, those. And then you actually had to play against it. Did nobody come in and say, maybe we should do something more with the animation?
Okay, boss time. Come on. Come on, you. What the? Well, that didn't go well. And wait, it dropped my hit points down, tossed me to the very beginning, and took away my gold? I was able to keep the items I purchased, but man, that kinda sucks. When you hit run, it reveals a password which you enter at the title screen. I guess the key here is to write down the password before a boss fight, so if you die there, you at least start with all your stuff. Which I happen to do, by the way. And holy password. This will take a while. I wish the game utilized the memory backup feature. Oh my god, why? Okay, done. Let's head back to the shop and pick up some goodies to help. Alright, apparently you can only possess 6 items at a time. This came into play earlier when I tried to pick up the boss key. I had to eat an apple to make room. We could sell something, but let's just eat another apple and get this refresh potion. Alright, let's try this boss again. Come on. Bam! There we go! Well, that was kind of anticlimactic, but we beat the first dungeon. Haha!
Hey, congrats! You beat the first dungeon. Guess what? The next one will be exactly the same, and so will the next one, and guess what? The next one will be exactly the same as well.
Come on, I'm sure things will change, right?
Nope, you'll get a new story via a still text screen, and it'll just throw you into the same dungeon.
Okay, well listen, I'm
Same graphics, same crap, different day. The whole thing is just so repetitious.
I see. Well, I really need to,
And nothing ever changes. I'm saying the same thing over and over, just like the same things in this game.
Thank God we can quickly retreat in this one. Anyway, after a dungeon is defeated, we get a little ending screen and a unique password. See, apparently, in order to get into that final dungeon, you have to piece together a special password, parts of it which are given to you after you defeat the others. That's interesting and could be fun, but if he's right and nothing changes, I can't imagine playing through all of that in order to do so. Sadly, he was right. The graphics/dungeons all look the same, the music and sounds are the same, the shops, inns, and even the owners of them are the same. The doors are all the same. The only thing that changes are the maze-like structure of the stage itself and the enemies/bosses. Dungeon 2, you got like goblins and queen ants. A lot of enemies are just repeated, some of them colorized differently with names changed, like the slime is red, the bees are blue, and the spiders are silver. It isn't until later in the dungeon that the, as Happy puts it, still images actually change a bit. I'll admit, the enemy drawings are decent, and some of the text popping up is humorous. There's a tiny bit of personality here. As you keep playing, you'll find that the key is just to grind enough to raise your experience, get enough gold to buy the long sword and wooden armor, and purchase enough replenishment to beat the bosses. Don't get me wrong, that elfin armor is expensive and helps, but isn't necessary if you're super strong anyway. Aside from trying to figure out the maze, which can be tricky, there isn't much variety here at all.
Dude, you're really making it pretty far in this game. I'm surprised you played this long.
Well, I kind of enjoyed it for a little while, but it definitely got stale quick.
I played it for hours and hours as a kid, and I tried to force myself to like it. I even trapped myself in this stupid game, trying to find one small nugget of enjoyment hidden within the code somewhere. And guess what? It didn't work. No matter what, you do the same thing, expecting different results. Oh my god!
Is there anything about the game you do like?
Yeah!
What's that?
It holds up a video game shelf really well. Take a look.
Wow. I'll keep that in mind. Look, I have to get going so I can finish this review,
All right, well, come back sometime and we can just, get lost in the corridor, fight some endless monsters that are completely boring, and keep on repeating. Yeah, I'll be here waiting for you.
All right, you take care. Double Dungeons does have a two-player mode, hence the double part. In this mode, the game has one player on the left and one player on the right. Interestingly, the other player begins at a different position, so that's a unique aspect. Pressing select will bring up the status display in this mode. If you can snag a friend, the two-player mode is fun for 1 or 2 dungeons. But again, the repetition does not fail to rear its ugly head in co-op play as well. At the end of the day, I sadly didn't care for Double Dungeons, but also didn't seem to hate it as much as our friend inside. I will admit to finding some pleasure in flying through the hallways. In fact, if you flip that turbo switch up, you could chop down enemies at super high speed without even stopping. But he is right about that lack of anything new happening, and it does diminish the replay value and hurt the overall game itself. There isn't enough variety to really make it fun beyond the first couple of dungeons. I personally cannot imagine playing through all 22. Is that a toad smoking a pipe? Hello, I shall attack you now, so stand back. Yes. Unfortunately, Double Dungeons is a below-average dungeon crawler that will only keep your attention for a level, or maybe 2, and I can't recommend it. While it also has some promise as a 2-player excursion, again, the repetition pops in a little too soon to make it worthwhile. And that, my friends, is TurboViews number 100.